I wanted to take some time to hear from you and answer questions you might have on IT fundamentals or computer literacy. So that's why we put together these Ask Me Anything episodes. My friend Aaron is going to ask questions about stuff in this chapter from viewers like you. I also want to hear from you as well. My email is at the end of the episode. Ask me anything.
So recently, I was working on a new song.
Nice.
I was writing lyrics in the evening on Notepad on my computer, and the battery went out. My computer crashed.
And now you...
I don't have anything.
Okay. Oh, no.
And I was loving what I was doing.
Okay, all right. Well, a couple of things. One, Notepad? Really?
Yeah, guilty.
Okay. We'll just let that one just go. Recovering your files. There's a couple of things you can do. Well, some programs, like Microsoft Word, will autosave your documents. So when you are, you do something like, oh no, the power goes out, you reboot your computer. When the power comes back up, open up Word, and it'll show a whole list of recovered documents. Mm-hmm. So it'll maybe not every word that you typed, but the last words, 30 seconds before your computer died. Mm-hmm. So you at least have something to go back to. With other programs like Notepad, if you don't save, it just vanishes, right? Because everything is stored everything works in RAM. You remember that from chapter 2 or whatever it was?
Yes.
Everything is stored in RAM or is running in RAM, but that's volatile memory, which means it needs power to be able to save anything. And so if you haven't saved,
power's
you're done.
out.
Right. A really good habit to get in is just Control S or Command S, which is the key combination to save your data. And it's a good habit to be in, especially if you're writing things in Notepad.
Yeah. I'll try to remember that.
Okay.
Or use Word next time.
Right.
Jude from Boulder, Colorado asks, I renamed a file and lost it. What's an easy way to find a missing file?
It's a good question. File Explorer in Windows and Finder in Mac OS are both really powerful tools for being able to sort through your data. You can, if you know what folder that you saved your file in, even if you don't remember the name of the file, you can sort by date. So if you know that yesterday was the day you worked on your file, just click sort by date and everything will show up. So you find like, oh, I named it that? What? That's crazy. If you don't remember the folder that you stored it in, both Windows and Mac OS do what's called indexing, which means they keep track of or catalog all the files and folders on your system, not just by name or date or by author, but also by the contents of that file. Oh, wow. So if Jude was writing the greatest American novel ever, and it starts out, it was a dark and stormy night, he can put those words in the search function in Finder or in File Explorer, and it might take a few minutes, right, because the operating system is going to go through everything on the drives, on the storage, but it'll turn up with that file.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, very powerful tools.
Great. There you go, Jude. Next is Mindy from New York. Wants to know, what are hotkeys and when should I use them?
Hotkeys are combinations you can use on the keyboard to do things both in an operating system and in applications. Every operating system enables you to do some things, right? In Windows, for example, if you have a bunch of windows open, a bunch of applications and stuff, and it's like, and your boss walks around the corner and you're really playing solitaire and you don't want him to see, not that I've ever done that, you can just press the Windows key and the D key on your keyboard, Windows key D, and it'll just drop all of those open applications. It'll just drop them to the desktop.
Nice.
And you can just toggle it right back by hitting the Windows key D again, and they'll all come right back up.
Very nice.
So Mac OS has its own things as well. Every Mac application, anything, right? If you want to print something, you hit the Apple key, press the Apple key, and P, and it'll go to whatever the default printer is.
Okay.
So very cool stuff. Applications will also have hotkey combinations. These enable you to do stuff like when you're typing in Word and you're, I'm totally on a roll, I'm typing 150 words a minute. I don't really type that fast. But I'm typing away and I don't want to stop, right? But I want to bold or italicize or underline some text.
Yeah.
We can do it in a couple different ways. You can go to the mouse and take your hands off the keyboard, go to the mouse, scroll, go up, click the B key, right? And then come back to the keyboard. Or, because you know the hotkey combination, you can be typing, and like Control B or Command B, and you bold. So it makes it faster to do what you're trying to do on the keyboard.
Yeah.
The applications, so this gives you real questions like how do you find out how to...
Yeah. How do I find them?
Right? In applications, they'll often, like when you go to the mouse and go up to the B, right, to bold something, if you look at the
pop-up?
Yeah, the little pop-up text. That's right. That's exactly right. Little pop-up text that'll come up. It'll go Control B or Command B.
That's easy.
Right. So it tells you. Or you can do a search in the help functions for the application.
Okay.
And that'll come up with hotkey combinations. Or you can Google it.
Right? Of course.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Next is a story from Han in Indianapolis. I'm an editor at my college's newspaper, and my classmates are always saving their rough drafts in weird places on our network. Then they try and call me to walk me through where to find their Word document. I always get lost. Is there an easier way to find their files?
Yes.
Yay.
Yes, absolutely. In File Explorer or Finder, you can tell your writers to go to the address bar, which is up near the top. If they click it, it'll give them the entire file path, which says which file, which folder, which subfolder, and etc. It's automatically highlighted. Just a Control-C or Command-C, depending on whether you're in Windows or Mac OS, will copy that file path to put it in an email and send that file path to you directly, and then you'll always know where to find their files.
Great. Very useful information.
Right?
Especially for you, Han. And that's it for Chapter 8. Thank you, Scott.
Well, thank you, Erin, and thank you all. Ask me anything.